how are you? Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a reading for you related to the full moon. The reason I'm not doing different piles is because I decided to lean into the fact, oh look, there's a purple one there, that, you know, this is a young channel and it doesn't have a lot of views or subscribers, and therefore if I'm doing a reading, it's essentially your reading. So as a result, it's not even that generic, and I thought, why not try? So today we're going to be doing that. There's a lot of sun coming in through my window, which also creates pretty heavy shadows. I'll do my best so you can see the cards well, okay? But my intention is that this helps you as much as possible. Okay, this is what's come out so far. Again, the full moon of this month is the moon of Taurus. It's in Taurus, and it's a super moon. So themes of finances and luxury and earthly pleasures will come up. Okay, but the question will be, as always, is there something that you need to release with this full moon, so to make room for something new at the new full moon? Okay, so I'm going to start. Oops, little bug there. I'm going to start and let's see what the cards have to say, since after all, this is a reading for you. Maybe there will be nothing to do with the moon, but let's see. All right, so your first card, oracle card, is the Ant Spirit, and it says time to collaborate. Okay, so let's start with that. Oh, let's bring it here. Oh, let me show it to you a little closer. There you go. Cute little ant, actually. Yeah. Time to collaborate. 2 ants, actually. All right, and then you have your tea leaves. You have ladder, climbing towards success. Younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. I'm going to try and stick to where the sun is so you can see the cards. Lion, time to act. And wishbone, a wish is granted. That's very nice for you. This up a little higher, there you go. I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. December, the month of December. Oh, that's coming up rather quick. And finally, flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Okay. And I have this temptation to pick one more, so I'm just going to cut right in the middle and pick this one. Let's see. Oh my. Another blue one has popped out on its own from the bottom of the pile, so I guess we'll take it. And I'll put it here next to the other blue one. So we have December and we have March. Maybe I'll put it underneath so you can see both well. And oh dear, they don't want to move. December doesn't want to move to make room for March. Now that's interesting. Okay, and here is Sunrise. This is the one I was tempted to take. New creative projects, ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Okay. So that's what you've got here. Right, we gotta move them around a little bit. So there's room for all of them in the sunny spot, because otherwise you won't see them. There we go. Okay. So that's interesting right now. Getting some ideas, but I don't want to get into it until I get your tarot cards. So I did shuffle beforehand, but I'm going to shuffle a couple more times. I think think it's interesting that the ant spirit is number 1. We have the ant spirit, which is number 1. We have December, which is coming around right soon. We have sunrise, new creative ideas. Something new, I think. There's one of them. Let's see what this reading has to say. Time to act. Oh, the star. How nice. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more. This one. Okay. So let's see if the tarot cards can highlight a little more. We'll put the star right here in the center because it came out flipped, all right? And as you know, the star has to do with wish fulfillment. So it's interesting because it's a major arcana, so even more so than the Nine of Cups, it's got to do with wish fulfillment and dreams. And you have it here pretty close to a wish is granted. So that's reinforcement of that message. So let's keep going. 2 of Cups. Oh, interesting. That's close to relationship with a younger man. Then you have here the Page of Swords. Okay. The 2 of Swords. Okay. And the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords. Lots of swords there. The 6 of Swords, more swords. Good God. All right, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. So let's take a look. All right, we started talking about how it looks like there is something new starting, something that will involve collaboration, that may be related to a dream that you have, a wish that you have. It does require climbing towards success and quite a bit of work. Where's the work one? Maybe that one isn't there. Okay. But it is something you've been wanting for a long time. There seems to be a younger man in the equation, perhaps as a relationship, romantic relationship, perhaps instead as a partner for this collaboration. And there's a lot of new creative ideas coming in. You need to make sure you keep your standards high, but you have a lot of intuition that will help you get what you need. You must trust your intuition. 2 of Swords has you normally debating between 2 things. In this case, this guy, this crocodile of ours, can hold both swords without even having to use his hands. So potentially he doesn't need to choose, but it's better if he chooses, and you can see he's debating. I don't know what I want to do. Okay. Then you have the 9 of Wands, where you've been working on something quite a while and you're sort of hanging in there. It's the last ditch attempt, the last push, right? And it's tiring, but it's also, you're not giving up, okay? You're not giving up. Queen of Wands, who is the ultimate manifester, and she sits there under the star, holding a star. So clearly somebody who knows how to do things to get her wish. And then you have here your swords, the Page of Swords, that has to do with ideas and new mental work experiences. Mainly ideas and inspiration. And then you have your Knight of Swords, which has to do with moving forward. And the Knight of Swords moves quicker than most other knights. He tends to be a bit brash, a bit like Aries-y. He has wings, in this case, a horse with wings. He's a Pegasus, which means he can move extremely quickly, even quicker than he would as a horse. And he's very enthusiastic. He just wants to move and get everything going. Sometimes he goes a bit too fast, okay? Sometimes he overdoes it. And then you have the Six of Swords, which usually has to do with shifting, moving houses, moving jobs, changing, okay? And then you have these 2 months, December and March. Okay. So this may start to make sense for you already. It seems like there is a situation, a new venture that's come up, that it gives you the opportunity to do something new, something exciting, something that you've been hoping for, and that would require you to partner up with somebody, to work in collaboration with somebody. I'm going to take my hand off of here because it's creating shadow. All right. And in all of this process, it's kind of related to your aim for success. So it's not a step down. It's not walking away from something that is has room for growth. In fact, it's the opposite. You are moving. Well, the opportunity is to move forward and move up, right? And get better things, bigger and better, or better and better. However you define better. It doesn't need to be how other people define it, but I assume, given that it's a Taurus full moon, we're talking about finances as well as position. But also quality of life, okay? Taurus is all about quality of life. It looks like whatever partner you get, whether it be someone that you actually have a relationship with on a romantic level, or whether not, whether it's just related to work, and I'm getting the impression that it is in this case, that they are somebody you can work with very well, very well, and that it would give you that opportunity to do what you've been wishing to do. And take action. Here we have time to act, Queen of Wands, which is an action-oriented queen. We have the Knight of Swords, which, as I mentioned, loves to move forward quickly, right? But you're still sort of on the fence. You're not sure what to do. Potentially, this is because you've got something secure but not so exciting that you're working on right now. But not with a lot of room for either advancement or innovation or moving into something that you enjoy. And you have the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is new ideas and innovation in particular. So it seems like you are feeling a little bit stuck in terms of making a choice. You may not need to make that choice completely. You might be able to do both at the same time, and maybe in fact you're already doing that, and that may be why you're so tired and you're feeling like a bit overwhelmed, and you're sticking with it, but it's really not a great quality of life at the moment if you're doing that. But either way, this particular reading is giving us the idea that it's time to act. You should probably make a choice and pick one path over another in order to be able to move faster, transition to the next thing. Calmer waters is usually what this represents, moving into a place where things are smoother and things are moving better. But not necessarily in this case, because don't be tempted to lower your standards, and you've got fast moving things. So I think whatever this venture is also going to require a lot out of you. However, it will be for your joy, your wish to be granted. In terms of how to make that choice, I mean, the cards can't tell you what to do. They can suggest, but you need to make that choice based on what you feel is right for you. But there is sort of a suggestion that you use your intuition, that you use your psychic ability, which you have, whether you acknowledge it or not, and you trust it. You know, you wouldn't be listening to a tarot reading if you didn't believe in the possibility that there's other ways to choose, other ways to decide. And so it looks like, you know, it's being suggested that you use that. In terms of the months, I'm not 100% sure what those months are supposed to represent. December might be when you make the decision, and then March might be when you actually make the move. But let's see if the cards have something to say to clarify that. What are these months about? Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot of cards. All right, well, let's take them, I guess. Let's start with this one, which is the one that came out first. 9 of Pentacles. Okay, the 9 of Pentacles is representative of feeling good, feeling abundant, being in a place where you're actually individually for yourself creating value and feeling very happy in your home and comfort, you know. It does not, though, imply collaboration. Okay, so now let's see. Are these the ones that came? No, the ones that came out next were facing down, so let's get them. You have the Tower. Okay. You have the 7 of Swords. All right. And you have the Chariot. Okay. So in this case, we're talking, it's not giving me a great amount of information on December, but I think this is related to December. So your current situation that you're debating whether to leave or not for the new opportunity is very comfortable, very stable, very comfortable, and they pay well and everything else, okay? But there's going to be a shake-up there, yes. And so it's no longer going to feel quite so safe or quite so comfortable. So you, it looks like, have been preparing. You've been preparing for something like this to happen. Your intuition must have given you a hint, and you've been preparing to act, to move to something that aligns these horses. One represents your emotions, one represents your mind. So to make a move to something that it goes towards your dream, right? The star, which we have down here, is also on the Chariot. And you've been trying to reconcile what you're feeling with what you're thinking and make a plan that will cover both, right? That will make sense to you and at the same time feel good to you. So you've been preparing for that, maybe for a little while, all right? However, let's see, Hierophant, Justice, 10 of Swords, and King of Wands. Okay, so this is a very traditional kind of role, right? With importance, with status, and all that, right? The one that's comfortable. It isn't your dream, but it's, you know, close enough, or so it seemed when you got into it, right? And so it makes it hard for you to decide, well, is it just me that I'm just being silly? Will I not find something better? But here, it's telling you that this shakeup or this imbalance that's going to happen, things are going to start breaking down, and you're going to realize you need more balance. You need to feel that there's a just process, that there is the next step, right? And so after the preparation comes the end, right? The end of the existing situation. And in preparation for the new one, which we were looking at with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And then, of course, once you get moving, you know, the King of Wands. Already you have the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands is even more action-oriented and successful, very successful. Knows what they're doing. It's not some immature kind of action like possibly the Knight of Swords. The King of Wands knows where he's going and he's doing it correctly. So if I were to interpret this in relation to the months, I would say that by December, you're going to start noticing some changes in your current situation that make it not so comfortable. You're going to find that you feel that you're prepared enough to deal with what may come, and you're going to find a way to make a decision to move forward that fits both with your desires and your wish, and also with that you find is logical and can achieve what you want and makes you feel inspired. And then you're going to start taking action towards that in a way that is mature and in balance, and that allows you to close that phase of what you currently are in a positive way, in a balanced way, and to get started, move forward, essentially make a full shift into something new. So let's find out this new thing. What is it? What's this new thing that you're looking at to move forward to? What's this new thing? Come on. Oi. Okay. Wow. That's a bit too much, but let's start with this one since it was very, very quickly popping out. Oh my. Death. That's a complete transformation. Wow. 10 of Wands, end of the current stuff, as we talked about. Then you have the 8 of Pentacles. This is definitely related to work. It's not anything else. 9 of Swords, your worries, the fact that, I'll put it here, the fact that you're not quite sure about your decision yet. You're just anxious, right? And then the High Priestess, repeating what we had over there. Use your intuition to make your decision. The Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. It's going to make you feel, when you make that change, like a kid. Like you're starting anew on something fresh and exciting, but with all the knowledge that you've gathered in your prior work and environments. So this is quite wonderful. I mean, don't we all wish we could start life with a bunch of knowledge and an instruction manual? Well, in this case, you're not starting life again, but you are starting something new, something very interesting to you, very inspiring to you, that perhaps, even though you've got a lot of experience, you don't necessarily have experience in exactly that thing, all right? But it is going to be very cool and very fun, and you're going to need to use your intuition to make some decisions. Also, the High Priestess has to do with some secret knowledge, so maybe this has got to do with something new, like a patent or something that you don't want everybody to know about because you don't want it to get copied, or it's not ready for release yet, or something to that effect. But it sounds really exciting. So I hope this has helped with your decision. And when we talked about the moon, we asked, is there anything that you need to release? Well, I guess if there was an answer here from these cards, it's saying release the old role, the old job, the old situation in favor of the new one. That will be a full transformation and will lead you to something that will fill your heart and be a wish fulfilled, and still give you what you need in terms of stability and comforts. So that's basically what the cards say. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I know I don't have many many subscribers or views, but it might help. You never know. I don't know how this thing works. I'm just doing it because I like to try new things, just like you. So I hope it is helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you. If it is, in the comments, I would love to know. And wishing you absolutely all the best. I hope it's easeful and simple to make any shift that you want to make, and that you get exactly what you're dreaming of. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.